So long, and finally another season of college football kicking off here in Week 0. It's the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
When you talk about a home field advantage, you have to consider Kinnick Stadium. The fans are right on top of the action. They are on top of the opponent's sideline, making it one of the most difficult places to play in all of college sports. Named after Niall Kinnick, a war hero. The beautiful wave to the Cancer Children's Hospital. This is one of the most iconic spots to watch a college football game in the country. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Hawkeyes will put boot to leather, and this will be the start of a new season. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. First carry of the season. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Georgia Tech. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
That's a good sign if you're on offense. You're early on the opening drive, 3rd down and short. You're running the football. You're getting some push, and you're just able to get it beyond the sticks to keep the offense on the field.
And the Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. All right, guys, let's talk about Georgia Tech. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Gets away from one, finds some space. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air on 1st down. Unloads it left. Got his man. Oh, he's got some space. First catch of his career, and you see why they believe this freshman tight end can contribute early. They'll go to the air. Fires quickly. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk. And strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Here's Gio Lopez to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Moulton. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd down, here's Moulton. Still on his feet at the 40. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be 1st down.
And that's the danger on 3rd and short as a defense, right? You line all those bodies up close to the line of scrimmage. If you let the running back into the 2nd level, you know it's going to be a big one. A nice effort that time by the safety, making a touchdown-saving tackle.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Cook. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Takes the handoff. It's Phillips. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It'll be 3rd and long. Got room to work. Makes it past the marker. Doing some serious work on the ground. Out of bounds at the 35 after that big run.
That was a big 1st down for this offense. Like, your defense was just on the field a lot. And so to get a 1st down, to get that clock moving, to get them a little bit of rest, now getting maybe a little bit of a rhythm offensively, big 1st down for this O.
And the Hawkeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll run the option. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead as we get a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Guys call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Might as well stick with him. Picks up the first down. Might have a chance. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Here's Lopez to throw. Keeps the play going. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
This drive facing a little adversity now after that last play. It's 2nd and 20. Lopez wants to fire. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted deep in his own end. Taking it the other way.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Powell. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Right back to the well. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. And the Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt.
And that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
Goes to the option. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Creates a little room. Got enough for the first. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the top. He is in. Touchdown, Iowa.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And he's not going to take the touchback. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Running inside, it's Powell. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. Back to pass. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. Picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking for room. It's Phillips. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Down to the 16-yard line, it's first and 10. Motion from the back. They'll run the option. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Here comes the option. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be fourth down and 1. Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. Just drives it between the uprights. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Thanks so much, fellas. Here inside our EA Sports studios, welcome into the Week 0 College Football Update Show. We start with Oregon in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Oklahoma Sooners.
He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there.
And it's the home team keeping things within arm's reach here in this ranked-on-ranked battle. I think the plan here is just to get to halftime, then figure out a way to pull this out in the second half. And as we check in on these notable matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football truly is.
Snowed under by the defense.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Malton. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Gets the back moving. Throwing, Lopez. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it at half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
Slips through the line. There he goes. Open it up. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. So the Yellow Jacket offense comes out to get this drive underway. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. With the catch, it's James. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out, it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Sends it back in motion. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that is great third down and short defense. You're thinking up the middle, up the middle. You got to react to something wide. Great job seeing the toss, stretching it out, making sure they don't get downhill, making sure they don't get the first down.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He found open space. The band might as well start playing.
And that's why you hold your breath every single time this guy catches the football. That's a short, easy completion. He's so dangerous after the catch, David, and he shows you the wheels, taking it all the way to the house.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to point out, how about the QB play? Getting the ball out right where he can catch the football and use his speed and playmaking ability after, and he shows you, man. That's why he's dangerous. That's why this offense is always one play away from getting to the house.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up 1 on the play.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
All kinds of time in the pocket. Down the middle it goes.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Pocket breaking down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They go right back to him. Makes it past the marker. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Here's a little room there. A huge pickup, knocked out of bounds at the 30, but they are in business.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Hand off to the single back. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Lopez finds the tight end. Dip, headed to the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Iowa!
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he's going to bring this one out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Final play of the quarter coming. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's a pick. No, he's out of bounds. Couldn't stay in bounds after catching the ball. It's simply an incomplete pass. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Phillips. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. The Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. There's a crease. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
And the old school toss play, huh? A little just toss to the right, get the running back on the run. A little bit more space, too, out wide where you can see, like, oh, where.
Going to take a shot at this DB. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds us back in the middle. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Wants to throw on first down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Man, it looked like this offense was going to get in the end zone for sure. Was going to get a touchdown. But how about the defense bowing up, getting a sack, forcing an incompletion. Big 3rd down coming here.
They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. He's looking downfield to throw. Got his man on the right. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down. Looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that 4th down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
Little over-anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So backing up with that penalty, and they can feel their own goalpost looming over their shoulder. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Didn't find much room. He'll pick up a couple out to the 5.
Well, at this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, deep in their own end, they're going to want to run the football, no doubt. The defense knows that, and they're going to be trying to rip it out, seeing if they can get a takeaway to set up their offense in great field position. So ball security right here has got to be big.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? On the option. He'll keep it on 2nd down. Gets that thing away from the goalpost. He's got 5 out to the 10-yard line. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Big 3rd down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. And some room to work. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
And I know with the new clock rules, the clock will continue to run regardless. But, dude, how about you lower your shoulder, try to fall forward. Now you're set up 4th and short. And listen, this is interesting, right? Analytics are going to tell you something. But you get this 1st down, there's a great chance you can salt the rest of the clock away.
And that is such a costly turnover on special teams because they've got the lead. But with that giveaway now, they've completely opened the door for their opponent.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting a big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
They'll start on the ground with Kamari Malton. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. On the option. Keeps it himself. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Hard running there. He is denied. Cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming.
Yeah, this offense is going to try to run the ball and do it in a variety of ways. You'll see zone reads. You'll just see straight downhill running. They'll get the toss play going as well to try to keep this defense on their heel.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end.
Now, ready, blue 85, blue 85.
Timeout call by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. And the Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed in the middle. It's Phillips. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Ivory. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.